Welcome. Tonight I'm going to show you how to create an eye shape for your face and for your eyebrow. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is put down some type of primer on your eyebrows and your eyelids, your eyelids. And so what I did tonight, I just put down a thin layer of foundation. This helps your makeup, your eyebrow makeup, really adhere to your skin. It's not just bare skin, because sometimes bare skin, it can leave it patchy in some parts, and I don't like that. So what I do is either I put down an eyeshadow primer, which I have, or a concealer, just like a very thin layer of those, so your makeup, your eyebrow makeup, will adhere to the skin and your hairs. Okay, so the first step in creating an eyebrow shape is you're gonna diagram your eyebrow shape to your face. All right, so the first step is the beginning. The beginning of your eyebrow should start where your nostril and the eyebrow. So this is the very beginning, right? So I'm gonna put like a small tiny check mark, a little line, so I know that this should be the beginning of my eyebrow, okay? And I want you all to know that your eyebrows are sisters, but not identical sisters. So as you can see, my eyebrow shapes are different on both eyebrows, but they're all in the same family. So we just gotta work with what we got. Okay, so I just marked the first point of my eyebrow. Then your second point is where your arch is gonna go. Okay, so your arch is where your nostril, so everything is basically starting from the nostril and then out. So your nostril, you're gonna go through, so basically the point where your nostril and your pupil intersect, that's gonna be the point of your arch, where your arch is gonna start, or where your arch is basically gonna go down, right? So it's gonna go up and then come down. And the last point, the tail of your eyebrow, is gonna be where your nostril, the corner of your eye, and your eyebrow all line up. Okay, so I just use my pencil because I think it's easy. And then after you start getting good at this, and you start kind of like seeing the natural shape and like your shape of your eyebrow, you can do this basically like without doing this every single day. But it takes some practice and just like the shape and how you want it to look. Okay, so this side is my arch, and then this side. Okay, so we have the marks all drawn out, and don't worry, it will be erased at the end of this tutorial, or when you finally blend it, it'll just blend into the actual eyebrow, all these points, so you're not gonna have these weird tick marks across your eyebrow. All right, so the eye shape. So this is how I do it. Obviously, if you have another method, another technique, then go for it, but this is how I learned how to do it. I find it the easiest way for me. How I do it is I basically underline the shape. So with my trusty, right now I'm using the Brow Precise Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon. So it's a really tiny, I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it's a really tiny. I also have Anastasia's Brow Wiz over there, but I grabbed this one first. And so I just underline the bottom portion of my eyebrow, right? So I just kind of like follow the hair and Also follow my little check marks. And then after I do the bottom part, I lightly go over it with the top portion. And as you can see, my eyebrows are very thin and sparse. So some of you, you know, with more naturally fluffy, bushy eyebrows, maybe you just need a little bit of definition in there and you can just fill it in on your own. That's fine. But for me, I need a little bit more help, a little bit more guidance. So this is how I start it, right? And then I'll do this one off camera because I just want you guys to see how I'm doing this one. And then after that, you can either use eyebrow powder. This is Anastasia of Beverly Hills dark brown, and it usually comes with a lighter brown and a dark brown, but then I guess when you combine it, it basically is just like kind of like your natural eyebrow color, which I really like this eyebrow powder. It's great. Anastasia of Beverly Hills eyebrow products is really one in a million. They have amazing stuff. So I use the brow powder, and then I also use the Dip Brow Pomade, which is absolutely excellent. The major differences of this one I think is a little bit more natural, just kind of a little bit less definition, whereas this is really kind of a defined shape, whereas this, it's just kind of like filling it in more. So I'll actually do one side with the brow powder and then the other side with the Dip Brow Pomade, just to show you the differences between the two. I think that's really important. I mean, sometimes I really like the brow powder, and sometimes if I'm going out, if I think for more definition, it's just like going out, you know, going to a show, you want it to like look more defined. This one is your best friend. And then, you know, just for like day to day, it's the brow powder. Yeah, so let me just fill this in. So right now I'm using the Sephora eyebrow, or it's actually an eyeliner pencil, 22. So it's the Pro Angled Liner Eyeliner 22. Okay, but I use it for my eyebrow because it's very thin and it's really easy to use. So I'm just gonna fill it in. I'm gonna pick up some brow powder, and I'm gonna start from the middle and then push it out. Okay, and then just follow my already traced eyebrow. So this is with the brow powder, and it just kind of blends in your outline. Sorry if you guys hear my sleeping doggy. He's snoring in his bed. He had a very adventurous day with his mom and dad. We took him everywhere today. Yeah, so I like to just kind of keep on blending, keep on moving the product, you know, just kind of making it look natural in the shape of your eyebrow, filling it in. And then you can also go back with your spoolie. I don't know if I mentioned the spoolie, but yeah, after you comb your eyebrows, you can go back with your spoolie to kind of spread out the color. Okay, so that's what I like to do, just because it doesn't look as like harsh, these harsh dramatic, you know, lines, your eyebrow lines. So sometimes, like if the tail, because naturally I don't really have very much of a eyebrow tail or eyebrow bottom. I don't know what it's called, the eyebrow tail. So I need to kind of fill it in. Okay, so this is the first eyebrow with the eyebrow powder. And you know, it's not as defined as the pomade, so I'll show you what the pomade looks like. I'm just gonna do this on this side. All right. And another thing, if you're using the Dip Brow Pomade, a little goes a long way. So just be very, I guess, careful when you're picking up product. So I'll show you. I pick it up in here, just slightly, lightly dab, and then on the cover, I kind of like mix it a little. So it's not just like pow. It's easier to build color. It's easier to, oh wait, I didn't draw this one in. It's easier to build color than to take it away. So I'd rather do that. Like I'd rather put thin layers of the color than have just like a big dark glob of color. So let me just
run to the other side, my love.
and take the spoolie and, you know, just lightly brush the color into the eyebrow. I think it just makes it look a little bit more natural. It just kind of, you know, blends it in. Doesn't make it look as like pow, as harsh. And the final step, and it's totally up to you if you want to do it, is to basically clean up the bottom and just make it even more defined by using some concealer and a concealer brush. I honestly don't do this all the time. I mostly do it like if I'm going out, if I just want to clean up like a mistake, then I'll go in lightly with some concealer. And then this also helps you with your eyeshadow primer, or your, yeah, just, you know, creating more eyeshadow primer for yourself. So you can do this on the bottom as well as the top. It also just kind of makes it pop a little bit more. And that finishes our filling in of the eyebrows and setting it with some highlight and concealer. So just setting it all in place. And now the final touch is to set everything with some eyebrow gel. Okay, so this comes in clear. I've seen it in clear, and I've also seen it, I've seen it in brown. I have the brown. So this, it just kind of looks like a tiny little like mascara wand. It's very small. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if it's focusing, but it's just basically like a tiny little spoolie. It's kind of looks like a little tiny mascara wand, and you just lightly go over your eyebrows, comb through your eyebrows with the eyebrow gel. Okay, just lightly. You don't have to like touch the skin. It's just kind of like to comb and set your eyebrow hairs so they don't move and, you know, get just all messed up throughout the day. So this just basically, you know, sets everything into place. Your eyebrow hairs, everything's all uniform, and it's beautiful all day. Because my camera wasn't recording the first time, I wanted to thank you all for watching my video. I hope you learned something, and you know, happy practicing with your eyebrows. It's all, you know, practice makes perfect. I know, you know, they'll never be necessarily perfect, but we can all try, right? I hope you have a wonderful evening or day wherever you are at, and I will talk to you soon.